the title poem of my little collection here, called The Waters of Mars. The waters of Mars pump into my heart an oil pigmented of red. They were trapped in rusty caves since the universe was a child. They broke free and run along magnetic stripes, grasping the minerals of passion. They reverse boundaries and sign in subliminal language visions of madness. Spiced with crimson powder, they spiral on the screen of light and faint in a bleeding genesis. The waters of Mars bear the flesh of love. They are being born in you now.
I'll do one more, and then I'll get somebody else to come and do something. I'm very concerned that people have noticed these posters for this fantastic gig that we've got on Tuesday in the gallery that's not in the programme. Because Charles Shah Murray is going to come and talk about the rock and roll years. He knows about it. He was there, and he hasn't forgotten anything, or very little. The bits he's forgotten, he can't remember. And do you know, I met a man yesterday who's... Oh, no, God. No, I'll tell you later, Charles, because I've forgotten. But he sacked people from EMI. He did. Punk bands. He was here. He was here in the gallery.
He was the guy who fired. If he was the guy who fired the pistol.
Yes, he was. Yes, have you ever met him?
I'm trying to remember the guys.
No, I should have written it down.
Was it Sir Edwin Lewis?
Huh? Yes, yeah, but it wasn't him. It was
the A&R guy.
Yeah.
He had this face like he was sucking a lemon.
Yeah. Oh, you were there, weren't you?
Right? I'm making that up.
Oh, no. Well, okay, yeah, no, but he did, in fact, he did.
Well, he would have, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do St. Ives Feast, and then that really does make me feel as if I've started a festival off, and then I'll get somebody else to do something. So I'm thinking who's going to do something. 7 o'clock, the sea comes to feed. She feeds on the rock of the cliff, and drinks from the stream, and slips back over the shingle sands, and slips back over the shingle sands to feed on the rock of the cliff. The sea is lapping against the cliff, and under the water the soft foot stomachs are feeding in the green salt green. The limpets, grasping the seaweeds falling from the rock, while the tide is high in the blue salt blue. And the old stingwinkle, a cannibal snail, ivory with age, dragged herself over the rocks on her stomach, looking for her prey, climbed aboard a purple topshell, and begins to drift in the green, salt green. And the town yawns and comes downstairs and eats its cornflakes. On the tables in 1,000 houses, the breakfast cockerel crows with the milk and the newspapers. But at the guest house, the tables are laid and there's grapefruit on the menu, and the old stingwinkle is charging us extra for it. She's creaming off every penny she can. She's so jolly. Comes from Birmingham. Almost a cannibal. The tourists come from Birmingham. And down in the depths, the old stingwinkle is drilling the purple top shell, making the first circular scar, cutting the first crescent of mother of pearl in the pretty thing. And if in the end you feel like an empty shell, you'll know why. 8 o'clock. Up on the hill, another monster comes to life. Old Yellow Belly, coughing and spluttering, choking out acrid fumes. The cement mixer and concrete eats another acre. Retiring people, hungry for sea views, back into the landscape with bungalows, greedy to feast their eyes on the sea, chew into the landscape, chew into the hillside. Oh God, with boxes of picture windows. And behind the double glazing, the old eyes stare from the comfort of their tapestry armchairs, unaware of what they've done, blissfully unaware. They gaze in wonder at all that water. Stare. The wonder of all that ocean. And the old stingwinkle is drilling the purple conch shell. 9 o'clock. Round the harbour, gulls and women. The gulls, women for cackling. The women, gulls for gossip. Screaming the morning scandal, half digested. Fight over a smelly tidbit. You must have heard them. Another party. 2 in the morning. Couples all there on the floor. Oh, gee. More women come flapping. See her? She has the guts in the beak. Screams. The policeman saw them. 20 unblinking golden eyes. 10 beaks poised to peck. Making love. But the dustbins. Coarse cackle over the town. Scavenging gulls enjoy the dustbin. Not a stitch on. The buggers. And up they go. Grey wing whirling. White wings flapping. Wheeling and screaming over the town. Grey and white, white and grey. Leaving their droppings on the roofs. And the women flat, flat to the shops. Hungry for an audience. From up here, gliding and sliding on currents of air, things look different. You can see the town spread out like a map, and people are rather reduced in size. In the house down there lives the bugger. This morning, playing Dylan, he empties his ashtrays. Playing Dylan, he cleans up the bottles in a sweet sick haze. At 11:30, a shambling wreck of himself, endlessly drinking black coffee and dreaming of how they made love on the grass hanky in the backyard with a honeysuckle under the moon. All day in his window overlooking the bay, an artist paints simple geometry, drinks sake and nibbles stale saffron buns. Outside, the sea does the dance of 1,000 sequined suns and rocks red rubber dinghies in the harbour's arms, but he, the artist, dare not look. She, like a mad fascist, paints the whole bay with great splashes of ice blue and indigo, but he, the artist, dare not look. And in the deep, dark, by Smeaton's pier, she pours great pools of hooker's green. But he, the artist, has not seen. He stands, a starving man, in the bell mouth of a horn of plenty, with his back to all its riches. The sea sings in his ears. She caked his hair with salt spray, but he feasts his eyes on a single grey square. In a rock pool, a sea anemone, like a beautiful flower, devours a small fish. And on Smeaton, the visitor, in a white Panama, cries, "I too am," and sets up his easel. And Dad says, "Look out, kid, an artist." And they all go home to tea with the stingwing. Charlie, will you come?
Together a series of these things